What's up guys, it's Andy and today we have a lesson vlog. It's been a while since we've done one of these, I think over a month now, and it's gonna be the last one for some time. Not the last of riding vlogs, but the last lesson vlog. I'm not gonna get into it in this video, but I do have a 3-part series coming out starting not next week, but the following. So stay tuned for that. We've got some major changes coming and updates that we're gonna go through, and the 3-part series I'm really excited about. I feel like, I don't know, like it's just something different and it's something that needs to happen, and I'm just really excited to share everything with you, and that'll be my announcement kind of then. But for today, we are just doing a lesson vlog. I told Paul, try to get some like vloggy type shots too, in addition to the lesson, and he had no idea what that meant. So I told him, try to get some footage of like just random clips of like getting ready or putting stuff away or teching up or walking around. So we will see how this goes. He is very good at holding the camera and point and shooting, but the creativity is not quite there. So let's go ahead and head out to the barn for our last lesson vlog. It's just a little cold out today. It's like a little snow and 14 degrees, but the wind chill is like a lot colder than that. But I wanted to show you guys, I got 2 new saddle pads. So this is the maroon. I feel like it's more of a mulberry than a maroon. It's kind of more red, but this is Weather Beetle, which I don't necessarily like because the spine is like an inch shorter than everybody else, and I don't like that for my 18-inch saddle. But this is supposed to be the same color as his Weather Beetle blanket, and it's definitely not, but I still like it. It's still dark enough. And then I got a Woof Wear, which the size is okay, and I don't mind the piping, and this is supposed to be navy blue. I am sorry, this is royal blue. I have a navy saddle pad from Lemieux that is actually navy. This is not navy. This is royal blue, but I don't feel like sending it back, so I'm just gonna keep it. Also, check my Baker boot bag. It's so pretty. I love the leather, and it's like fleece lined inside. It's so gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna do a voiceover on the riding bits here. So we started out walking, doing spiral circles. We only did it to the right. We didn't do it to the left. I had a different trainer because my trainer has COVID, and she generally deals a lot with beginners, and not anything against flat work or pole work, but like being my last lesson, I was kind of disappointed that we spent not only even just so much time on flat work, but on walk trot. Like, I don't know. I'm not above flat work. I'm certainly not above pole work, but these are things that I do on my own. So I would have liked to jump for my last lesson. Nothing I can do about it now. So here we're just kind of trotting around. Sorry, my computer's acting up. But yeah, so we're just trotting around and he's being pretty good, trying to get him to come down into the contact, doing some circles. He is still working over not a fear of the people in the bleachers, but like one of the two corgis was like running under the bleachers. So here he kind of came down nice. He had a couple of moments in this lesson where he was like looking for the contact and we make contact and it just looks so awesome, but he just can't really hold it, unfortunately. And so you'll notice anytime, especially when we're coming towards the bleachers, like you can see as he gets nearer, his ears perk up, his head goes up, he starts chewing on the bit. He's very attentive, which is a good energy to work with for him. However, when you're trying to work on moving from behind, getting the head down into a contact, it becomes a little difficult when he's just focused on literally anything and everything else. Again, doing some more circles. We basically did a lot of trot work, circles. Even here, he's not on the vertical, but those first couple steps were really nice. And then, of course, the bleachers. So now we're starting to incorporate trot poles. At first, we just had the one on this side. Then we added a second one on the other side a little bit later. His first poles are usually not super great because he literally has ADHD and it takes him a little while to like figure out like that was so nice. Like he was really paying attention to where he was going. He was looking for the contact and he was the goodest boy. And this circle, I loved this circle, especially the beginning. He looked really nice and round, really looking for that contact. He's just come a long way. Not to say that we aren't still struggling. Like Wednesday, he ripped the lunge line out of my hand, almost dislocated my shoulder, and went down and scared the crap out of two people that were riding. So, today, huge improvement being able to ride with other horses, and he's being, pretty normal. He's still every once in a while looking for the contact. Here you can see he goes behind the vertical. He gets a little wild sometimes. And my definition of wild is like he gets really worked up about anticipating what's coming next. So he gets behind the vertical. So I just try to push him forward. So there I pushed him into the trot back in that clip. Now we're doing a serpentine. This was so hard because the center of the serpentine was not actually in the center of the arena. So that first turn went nice. He did those poles really nice. But the turn to this other white pole off the rail, you can't do it. It was so tight you would have had to pivot. And I told that to the instructor and it didn't, oh, I have faith you guys can do it. Well, no, it's not about that. It's why is it not set up in the center of the arena? So even there you can see I couldn't come at it directly straight because it's such a tight turn, especially with a horse like Gideon, who isn't extremely flexible in the body, but more so in the neck. It was really hard for him. So here he did a nice couple raised trot poles, and then we moved into canter. So we finally cantered at the end. Cantering and everything was a little bit rushed because the next lesson was coming in. And it's so funny to watch his canter because I feel like we're going really fast. And here in the corner where he's swishing his tail, I felt like he was going to take off like he did Wednesday on the lunge line. And we needed to circle, so he started to come a bit more up and down than forward, which is what he does before he rears. So luckily we worked through it. And then down this long side, he just had so much power and it looks really awesome on video, but sometimes it can feel a little scary when you're on him. And he's that powerful because if he uses that power to stop and rear, you have no chance. So now we started incorporating the white poles. He had a couple of off distances. He doesn't seem to respect the thinner poles on the ground. He does need to stop stepping on the poles and like pay attention to what he's doing. But everything with a grain of salt. He's been a pretty good boy. Coming up, we'll be doing a bending line exercise where I will leave the audio in and you'll kind of get to hear like what we were working on, which is stuff we've never done before, adjustability. We haven't really worked on that yet, so it should be pretty interesting. And that's going to be the next clip after this last poll that we did that was really nice.
Support with more outside leg and look a little bit earlier. Look a little earlier. Look at the next ball now. Land 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. Good.
Okay, and now his new trick is standing at the mounting block for me to get off because he has been so difficult to get on at the mounting block that we always end our rides by getting off at the mounting block. So it is also a reward for a good ride, and it has made a tremendous improvement in how he stands at the mounting block about 90% of the time. So here we have the video footage of our after ride stretches. Normally I use carrots and I'll break each carrot into 3 pieces. We'll do a low stretch to the side, a high stretch to the side, and then down through the center, and we'll do that on both sides. But I did not have any carrots today, and I only had our very high valuable stud muffin treats. So we did one good stretch to both sides. And then I also had him come down in between his front legs. He does cheat and pop his leg a little bit, but he is still getting a really good stretch through his top line. And he really enjoys stretching. He's a very flexible little bendy boy, and he does a good job. Okay, guys. I'm a little sad. So from the beginning of this video, today was my last lesson, and my trainer had COVID. So we had the trainer that usually does like the beginner lessons and the lessons on Sundays. And although I find flat work very important and pole work very important, that's all I get to do on my own currently where I'm at. So to not jump in my last lesson was disappointing, to say the least. But Gideon himself was pretty good. We're getting over the fear of people sitting in the bleachers and the dogs on the ground, and we only had a couple of moments where he like didn't want to move forward, but no rearing today. That happened on Wednesday again. I'm learning to just deal with it, and it's not such a big deal anymore. He's not like full on rearing. It's not like dangerous rearing. It's just like refusal to move forward, whatever. I will be having him entered into a wellness program with our vet, and then we'll be getting extensive x-rays and everything just to rule out, because my trainer thinks that's like a waste of money to do that sort of thing, and in the future that won't be an issue anymore. So I am going to have the vet just like rule out, we're going to do x-rays just because I want to know like what's the condition of his legs. I've already gotten a good look at his hips and sciatic area, and so I just want to look at his spine, his neck, and his legs just to see like what those look like. And otherwise he was relatively good. And you know, Wednesday he tried to dislocate my shoulder and break free from the lunge and try to murder 2 other people that were riding while we were lunging. So I would say today was an extreme improvement. He really is a horse that's just like deal with the horse you have today. And yeah, I don't think I could have asked for anything else from him today. So I'm really excited, and we'll just get through this next week here. And then part 1 of 3 for the 3-part series will be out. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.